Hello, trading has closed on December 12th, 2024. As always, we'll start with our disclaimer. We'll go over our calls, make our predictions. It's my trading plan for Friday, the 13th of December, 2024. Remember, my calls can be wrong. Trade at your own risk. I have personal business tonight. I've had almost no time to do my analysis. And if you're going to risk money on my calls, please bear in mind that I spent very little time on this. We had an economic report that came out today. I can't be as accurate as I'd like to be when these reports come out. We did say that we thought this was a next wave, that we thought we could, if we dropped, this was a negative pattern, and we said if we dropped, we could reasonable but not a required target of undercutting this low. Well, we did drop, so we got the direction right, and we haven't undercut this low yet, but time's not up. So this is just what we said. Today had the early low, tomorrow has the early high. MEJT said this blip up here was false price, it would retrace. Now says this drop is false price, is going to retrace, gives us a target of 6,073.56, and if we don't gap down smartly, that's my call, way back up here. We had consolidation here at the end, a wall into the close. These walls, particularly when you consolidate for a long time, drop in a straight line, tends to represent capitulation by the amateurs. Not every time, but if that's what this is, we're going to gap and take out this high fast. And here's your target if that happens. This is an impulsive move up. This is our move down. After dropping for over a day, this close couldn't take out any of these lows. So for now, at least, it hasn't accomplished anything. It's just backing and filling in the range. Now, nothing stops this drop from completing the original target, which is to undercut this low. But for right now, it hasn't done what it had to do. And all I can say is time's not up yet. But this big drop couldn't take out a significant level. We have a wall into the close after consolidating for a considerable amount of time. Very often that's a false move. Well, we have this count, but until we start dropping with some kind of authority, we can't be certain that's the end of wave 5. The count's still working and I'm using it, but until we break down more, you have to at least consider the possibility that that's not the right count, but I'm going to use it for now. Well, we had this as A. This still looks like an X. I can count 5 waves down here for A, 3 waves for B, and 3 waves for C to complete an ABC. But if that's an X, then wave blue B should come down to about the level of blue A. So this could be A of blue B. Nothing stops us from going up, from heading up, hitting our target, and then dropping later on. It doesn't break any rules. It doesn't mean you have to do it. It just means if we stop here and go up, the count still is a valid count. And again, as always, if we gap down smartly, the whole thing's killed before the open. I don't know how futures are going to open. I won't have time to look at it tonight. If we're going to hit the target, you're going to pretty much have to gap down. If we don't, I think we're going to go up and hit my target price, 60.7356. Friday's pattern has the early high regardless of where we open. There's a higher MEJT target. Unless we gap down smartly, the rules call for it to print. Breadth is deteriorating and the sentiment indicator I follow is on a sell. Don't forget, these are not pinpoint indicators. They don't tell us what happens tomorrow necessarily. At some point, I believe we're going to trade lower and undercut this week's low. I think this will fall at some point. Doesn't mean it happens tomorrow. We have a wall into the close, and the day-long drop couldn't manage a close under yesterday's intraday lows. Now, time doesn't run out until tomorrow, so it's possible we gap down smartly, continue the correction to its likely target of undercutting yesterday's lows. But if we don't do that, I think we're going to print higher prices tomorrow, even if we don't have to close higher. So for right now, this is a completed ABC to me. It's a logical place for it to end. It's not the only place to end. If we keep dropping, I can explain that too, for sure. But for right now, we'll know at the open if we gap and take this out early. And if we do, I think the odds are very good. We're going to get 60, 73, 56. It's the pattern with the early high. We'll undercut this at some point. But for tomorrow, hold on to this at the open. I think we trade up. And that's today's call.